Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I wouldn't doubt it. But, I mean...
Because that would be stupid.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
Like I said, stupid.
I really, 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 really don't see Apple ever doing that.
I am Nadella. Well, I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Welcome, everyone, to our two-parter episode for this week of our Calling All Platforms Tech podcast. And I am your host again, Wes. And I'm here with Landon.
Hello.
And the Spen Love.
Hello.
And we're here to talk all things Google today because that's what we have. Today, Google had their conference for, what is it? What is it actually called? Just Google conference?
It's just an event talking about new hardware.
New hardware. And
This is what Wes was hoping for with Microsoft the other day.
I
and then
was.
failed miserably.
It did, but that's my fault for not paying attention. But anyway, I'm going to turn the time over to Landon while I play Minecraft. No, but literally, I may be playing Minecraft. Just kidding. No, we're going to talk all things here on Google. So, Landon, why don't you take it away, sir?
Okay, there was a lot of stuff announced, and there actually was something we didn't know about.
Oh, the one more thing.
Except
Yay.
it was like they introduced it like right in the middle of the event, didn't they?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think it
watch
was at the end.
most of it. I only watched 30 minutes of it because I work graveyards and I was tired.
Ooh,
I was like, I'm going to bed.
I know the feeling.
So
Anyway,
I'll just run through what all they announced. They announced, obviously, the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL, a Google Home Mini, Google Home Max, a new Pixelbook, which we all knew. Well, I guess we didn't really fully know about the Google Home Max. We kind of assumed something was coming. But
Yeah.
And then a new Daydream View headset, Google Pixel Buds, which we had heard something about. And the one thing we didn't know about, Google Clips. That's a camera.
ooh,
But we'll get to that in a little bit.
okay.
First, let's talk about the phones. Most things we already knew about these phones.
What's the RAM? Tell us now.
Things are just confirmed now.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of stuff that is the same between these two phones. We'll go through that right now. They both have a Snapdragon 835 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 or 128 gigs of storage, 12 megapixel rear cameras with optical image stabilization, which the first gen did not have. Not that it needed it, because these cameras are freaking awesome. And they both have f1.8 apertures, which is ridiculous. 8 megapixel front camera. They are both waterproof, thank goodness.
That's nice.
No headphone jack, unfortunately. Which I don't care, but people do.
I think far fewer people are going to miss the headphone jack than think they are going to miss it. Just saying.
Yeah, it's only annoying when you need it, which is like once every month maybe.
Yeah,
but
depending on who you are.
Are they going to be shipping an adapter with it?
They do ship an adapter, and
that's the thing.
They pulled an Apple.
Yeah,
Did they?
Each additional adapter is $20.
Wow, that's even worse than Apple.
That's what I mean. They pulled an Apple.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch. Dang, you would have thought for the first run they would have given it for free, but then after that...
Well, they do give you one for free.
So they give you one in the box with the phone. And then, so with Apple, they give you one in the box. Additional ones are $10.
They're not $9.
Oh, I thought it was $9.99, but I never know.
I can't remember.
It's $9 or $10.
$9 or $10. Either way.
So they've got it by 10, which is kind of crazy. That's not the game you're supposed to be one-upping Apple at, Google. Come on.
No, and you'll find as we go on, they are one-upping Apple on price on most things, which sucks.
Ooh.
Okay, going on. They both have Bluetooth 5.0, which is awesome. We had mentioned previously that they were gonna have what HTC has, like their squeeze sense thing.
Oh yeah,
you can squeeze the phone to activate Assistant. So I mean, they're actually making it somewhat useful. Instead of having a dedicated button, Samsung, you just squeeze it, which I'm just assuming you could probably turn off and adjust to make
Can you make it do different sounds? Like, wee.
I would hope so. I haven't read enough into it to know if you can change it from Assistant to something else.
Just sit there and be annoying.
I'd be surprised if you couldn't, but you never know.
I mean, I would say Google, out of all people, would be able to do that.
Oh,
but...
come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would be into that.
Yeah. They could just throw an Easter egg into Assistant instead of turning on and saying, "What can I do for you?" It just says, "Ow."
Ow.
Which would be awesome.
I don't know, squeaky toy. That would be kind of fun for a minute. But only turn it up to where it's like barely loud, so it's like it would drive someone else crazy. Because you'll be sitting there like with your phone in your hand, just like maybe face down a little bit and just sit there and squeeze it just a little bit, so it doesn't look like you're squeezing anything, and have someone just like looking around like,
what
is going on? Am I going crazy? Sorry,
that would be awesome.
But I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Other things, it has an eSIM built into it. What that does is you don't have to have a SIM card put into this phone for it to work, as long as you're using Project Fi.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, is still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's the first phone that I know of that has an eSIM built into it. But again, it only works with Project Fi. But still cool that you don't have to get a SIM card for it to work. It'll just work if you sign up for it. They both ship with Android 8.0 instead of 8.1. Like last year, the Pixels shipped with 7.1. So that's kind of a bummer.
Out of the box update, but oh well.
Maybe. The nice thing, though, is Google is guaranteeing updates for 3 years on this phone. Minimum of 3 years. So that's over the 2 years on the first generation. So that's good. I'm hoping that my phone will get that extra year. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, but I'd love it if it did.
Yeah.
And I'm also hoping that this puts a fire under OEMs to start updating their phones more regularly. I don't know if it will or not.
I was going to say, Google has lit a lot of those fires
I know.
over the years.
Yes.
I still think they just need to make a list of people that haven't updated their phones yet.
And just
throw it out there.
Like a month,
Android.
like within a month or 2 months after an update is released, they need to just put out a thing that says, these people have yet to update their phones. Here's why you should buy a Pixel. And it would be great marketing.
Yes.
If they wanted to do an Apple thing, they could just deactivate the Play Store on those devices.
It's almost getting to that point. I mean, Apple or Google is the requirements they have for certain things to use Android. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
There's been rumors that they've wanted to do that for a while anyways.
Yeah.
It's like require certain time frames for updates.
Yeah.
They just haven't done it yet.
Well,
hopefully they will.
Yeah. From the other side of the fence, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All the updates all the time, every time. Like, woohoo.
Yep, pretty much. You can pre-order now, and it'll be available on October 12th in stores, meaning Best Buy and Verizon is the exclusive carrier again. And by exclusive, they mean that's the only carrier you can buy it from, but you can use it on every carrier. And you get a free Google Home Mini.
Yay.
So $50.
Through Verizon or whichever?
I think anywhere.
Okay.
I think. I'm not 100% on that. I know if you bought it from Google, you will. And
Gotcha.
all the reports I've seen is also from Best Buy. And I think Walmart is going to be selling it as well with a free Google Home Mini.
Yeah, why not?
So,
They'd price match it anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to say.
The differences on these phones is the Pixel 2 has a 5-inch 1080p OLED display and 2700 milliamp hour battery. The 2 XL has a 6-inch 2880 by 1440 OLED display with a 3520 milliamp hour battery. So,
gotcha.
Oh, and they both have stereo front-facing speakers.
Thank goodness.
No
so
kidding.
happy.
Everyone, please. Please.
Honestly, for me, that's the biggest update to these phones.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
My Lumia over here.
I hate watching YouTube videos having to cup my hand around the bottom speaker.
Yeah.
Whereas when coming from my Nexus 6 that had the front-facing speakers, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I mentioned this before. I came from an HTC from mine and going to this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's the Pixel phones. The camera, like I said, there's no dual camera on these phones, which I'm kind of bummed by. I was really hoping for the wide angle, especially with the XL being made by LG. I was hoping for that, but the software that Google throws into their cameras is ridiculous, and it can do a lot. Me and Caleb were talking about this beforehand. They like what they do with software. Some people, a lot of other, especially other Android OEMs, use hardware to do.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes it's good and usually not.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Because, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of other, especially in the case of Android handset makers, most of them will throw like, oh, dual cameras so that we can do a bokeh effect because Apple did it. And they'll slap like, oh gosh, cheap Chinese phones especially,
Yeah.
which are hilarious. They'll slap dual cameras onto it, and it's all like, okay, that's not that's not how you do it. Like the reason it works on the iPhone is because of the software that they put in with it. And there have been apps that have been able to do this with a single camera for years, just with software. Like you can't just slap the hardware on there and expect that to solve all of your problems and reach feature parity with the top tier phones.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of software work. And Google is basically looking at all of those people and saying, you guys are idiots. You're driving up the cost of your phone without actually adding any tangible benefit because, look, we did it better than you with one camera.
Yeah. I mean, just take the first generation Pixel into account. It didn't have optical image stabilization. And it's still one of the best cameras on a phone that you can buy. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had bad photos on this phone unless I'm physically like shaking the phone.
Yeah. Well, so the DxOMark scores like thus far because they just did the Note 8.
Right.
I think that pushes the Pixel, like the original Pixel, officially into 5th place.
A year after
it's come out, right?
It was first place for at least 6 months.
I think it was first place until like the iPhone or maybe the S8.
I think
Maybe
the S8 did beat it.
So it was first place until the S8 came out.
Yeah, which is crazy.
You know,
because
there was quite a long.
There
time.
was at least one LG phone came out after that.
Yep.
And I mean, the V20 came out right at the same time as the Pixel and was a couple points below it.
Yeah.
And it had a great camera.
Yeah.
And like the G6 has a great camera, but it's still not as good as last year's Pixel. And most of it's software.
Yep. So yeah, the Pixel like had a really good camera on it, really good camera software, and we should be seeing really good things out of this because the hardware that they put in is really good. It's got a big aperture, it's got a very large sensor on it, which is great on a smartphone. It's nice to see that we're starting to get because Apple put much larger sensors onto their cameras this year as well, and so that's going to improve stuff. But the software, if it's not done right, then the camera hardware makes no difference.
A really, really good example of this is Sony.
Yeah.
They supplied cameras for pretty much every phone out there, and their cameras suck.
Yeah,
they give themselves better hardware than anybody else, and the photos that come out of those cameras is awful.
Yeah, software is just not there.
Yeah, so if you don't think software is a big factor, just go get a Sony phone. And
think again.
Yeah, and try to tell me otherwise. Although I wonder if you were to use a Sony phone with the Google Camera app, how that would be.
Oh, I wonder. I mean, I don't know. I think that a lot of the software that probably makes the Pixel camera so good is related to camera driver software as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So very low-level stuff that would be individual to that device.
Yeah. Either way, the camera on this phone, you're not going to be disappointed, despite it only being one sensor. And whatever. It's going to be awesome. Okay, next thing they talked about, they talked really heavily on AI, and specifically AI plus software plus hardware is what this whole thing was about. And they mentioned a lot with Google Translate. And one thing that is coming with Google, they talked a lot with Translate is the new Pixel Buds. They're earphones. They're not fully wireless like the AirPods are. They have the wire to connect the two together. So it's kind of like a sport earbud, I guess, is what they look like.
they're significantly, like, the buds themselves are significantly smaller than the AirPods too, though. So, like, if they didn't have a wire connecting them, like, you thought losing the AirPods was a problem. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
You'd lose these things in your ear.
Yeah.
So,
These things are $159, which isn't cheap, but,
it's comparable to high-end.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you get Jaybird or Bose earbuds, they're going to be the same price. Yep. Or AirPods, for that matter.
Yep.
They're
the all right price. There around that $150 price range.
These come with Assistant built in, obviously, and real-time translation with Google Translate. So you could be sitting there with someone speaking different languages and hearing them in your own language.
While using the earbuds?
Yeah. Now, you have to have them paired with, they're saying a Pixel. I don't know if it's just any phone. They might open up to any phone, but right now they're saying paired with a Pixel. But either way, if it works well, like the demonstration they showed was really, really good. If it works as well as they showed, that's pretty awesome. Like, if I were going to a different country and I could buy these, like if I were going to a country that they mostly didn't speak English, I would want something like this and just constantly be wearing them. Although at the same time, if people saw you wearing earbuds, they may not talk to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, just to retalk on that. So you'd have your phone out and it would listen to them.
No, you don't have to have your phone out.
You have to have your phone paired.
Yeah,
but
your phone has to be paired.
So it's the microphone on the earbud that listens to them and then translates for you.
In real time.
But you have to have that setting on?
It's just built into the headphones.
Well, how do you tell it to listen?
I think it just knows. I don't know.
Huh.
That'll be interesting. You see what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Like
if you just you're listening to your music and you get onto the bus and somebody's talking loudly in German.
If it's got Google Assistant built in, you can have always on listening on your phone.
Right.
To recognize certain keywords, right. So
that's why I'm at. That's
I would
why I'm
assume
asking.
Probably something like that.
Oh, so you activate you say the keyword and then say translate this for me.
Maybe.
And then it'll start listening or something like that.
And maybe there's a thing where you just tap on it or something and it'll just automatically start listening. That's probably more what it is. So you don't have to pull your phone out of your pocket or from wherever it is. You just either tap on the side or hit a button. I didn't watch the thing yet, so I don't know for sure. I would imagine it's probably something you do have to turn on, because if it was constantly listening for things, your battery would die with really
that was
fast.
another thing
that's
too.
True.
Because I know someone that deals with all sorts of languages. Like the other day, he said he talked to someone from a dialect from Japanese that we had to deal with, but he uses his Google phone, and he just pushes it tight. It says pick which dialect it is, and they can see it, they'll pick, and then he'll say something into it and it comes out the words, they'll see it, they'll say something, and back and forth. So that's why I was wondering, do you have to have the app on to listen, or do you I'm just wondering how the interaction was, if it was that easy, or if it's just better for them to just pull out the phone and hear just whatever.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that. I'll get more details and we'll have to update on that.
Okay, just wondering. So
but I mean, it's a cool feature. And I'm wondering if something like this could come to more headphones with Google Assistant.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, because that would just open up the possibilities right there,
Yeah.
These headphones have 5 hour of battery life, which isn't great, but it's kind of standard for...
Yeah, for these completely wireless style headphones.
Yeah.
It's about what you get.
And they come with a carrying case that can provide up to 24 hours of playback time. That can charge the headphones.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. The downside is, one thing I really like about the AirPods is you can have just one at a time. So you can be listening to one, when it dies, you throw in the other one and put the other one back in the case and have it charge.
Yeah, that's cool.
Whereas these, they're still connected, so you can't have just one playing and one charging at a time.
Gotcha.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's still standard for most of these type of headphones anyways.
Yep.
Let's see. Next thing we can talk about is Google Home. So Google Home Mini, we pretty much knew everything about.
Right.
It is $49, comes in charcoal, chalk, and coral like we thought. and it'll ship on October 19th, and you can pre-order it now. And
Yay!
Google is going to be holding, I thought this was interesting, pop-up donut shops around the country to where you can get a free Google Home Mini at these places. And let's see, where...
So why free?
Why not?
Why not?
Well, I guess...
I like
What am
free.
I trying to ask here?
I'll take free. Why
Is
donuts?
Is it the
because it looks like a donut. That's why it's
smaller than a donut.
Smaller.
They did mention that. I watched this part of the keynote, and they said it's like in the advertising commercial for it. It says smaller than a donut.
Okay, actually, I've been comparing the thing to a Mentos, but a small jelly-filled donut also does look like a small jelly-filled donut.
Yes.
A little bit. So, donut shops makes perfect sense. I'm on board.
Okay.
And it's Android. They're all about the sweet treat, and
Yeah.
I don't know why donuts. They just pick donuts. But it's going to be in 9 U.S. cities: New York City, Chicago, Madison, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Oklahoma City, Austin, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. And then in Toronto in Canada.
I'm going to be honest. Those all made a ton of sense to me except Madison. That seems random, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Someone really likes...
Lots of
I
Pixel
don't-
buyers
yeah.
up in Madison, evidently, or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It'd be
This
funny if it was
this
like
article I'm
tree
reading
mounted.
here about this says tour dates vary, so if you live in one of these cities and are interested in getting your hands on a free Google Home Mini, there's a link to RSVP at this website. This is Android Central that I'm reading this, so
Do you know anybody in those states that you could just be like, hey,
I do.
maybe have them
Ooh.
go and pick it up?
My in-laws live in Indiana,
There you go.
like an hour from Indianapolis. I should have them go and get me a Google Home. Oh my gosh.
There
That's
you go.
amazing.
there you go.
Thank you, Wes.
Wes,
You're welcome.
you just made his day.
I know people in LA too. Man.
That one might be a little harder. There's probably more people wanting to...
Oh yeah, there's way more people in LA than there are in Indianapolis, so yeah. This is going to work.
There you go. There you go.
I might have to
Glad
do that.
Glad I could give a suggestion.
Yes. That just made me really happy.
See, this is why we keep him around.
This is why we keep Wes
every
around.
once in a while, I have a good idea. I'm going to go back to Minecraft now. No.
Yeah. The other home product that we mentioned was the Google Home Max, and this is basically what it sounds like, just a beefed up Google Home. And this is to compete with the Apple HomePod, both of which have interesting names, because naming is a hard thing in tech nowadays.
Yeah.
You could just call it X. It's the easy way to go in tech right now. X.
Yeah, the X10,
Soon it's going to be like XS or something stupid.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is, like I said, to help compete with the HomePod and like Sonos speakers, which Sonos just announced today, a
Yeah.
new set of speakers that work with Alexa that will also be getting Google Assistant capabilities later on.
Yep.
/ maybe Cortana.
Well, it's called Alexa, so kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Every time I hear Alexa, I'm like, oh, there's Cortana.
Kind of.
Sort of.
This has two 4.5-inch woofers and 2.7-inch tweeters, and they use what Google's calling Smart Sound, which is the same thing that Apple's HomePod does, where it'll adjust the sound to wherever it is in a room.
Yeah.
And it also has Google Cast features, so you can cast music to it or from it to other devices, and it'll stream like Spotify and Google Play Music and YouTube Music and stuff like that. So, pretty cool.
That is cool.
So if you were interested in this type of stuff, like you wanted a Google Home instead of buying like an Echo or a HomePod, if you're into the Google ecosystem but you wanted a little better speaker, this is for you. Downside is $400,
Yeah.
which I get because the much higher end speaker, but that's another place where Google is besting Apple in price
Yeah.
by $50.
Yep.
So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But
I mean, $350 was already too much for. I'm not gonna buy a HomePod.
no. But
So.
that's the thing. Like I've got a JBL Bluetooth speaker, and it sounds great. I paid $150 for it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that doesn't have any smart features or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I don't need those right now.
Yeah.
Like I can't justify these smart home things yet because I don't have other smart home products to go with it.
And my big thing is it's like they do like the smart, music stuff because it's an omnidirectional speaker, but you're might be putting it next to a wall, so they want to make sure they're not blasting sound into the wall. And it's also one device, but they want to make sure it kind of sounds stereo. And so like they have to do all this smart stuff with it. Whereas I'm sitting over here like I can go to a thrift store and buy a stereo amp and a couple of decent speakers, get the exact same sound quality in a room for like $15.
Yeah.
So
this also does have an auxiliary input and Bluetooth support, so you can use other devices to play music over it. So like you can connect your phone via Bluetooth, or if you have a headphone jack on your phone, an auxiliary cord. Or you can plug in your home stereo to this device and have it go with your system or by itself if you want to or whatever. If you have a home stereo system, I don't think you'll be buying any of these devices.
No, probably not.
Because what you have probably sounds better anyways.
Yes.
You and your logic.
I know. I need to stop that. You'd think working where I do, I would have done that a while ago. But
I know where you work. Logic is out the window. I mean, what?
Yep. Okay. The new Daydream View headset. It's not that much different from the previous generation. It's got a little bit nicer face pad area, so it lets in less light, which is a big deal when it comes to VR stuff, because the less light you have, the more involved you are in what you're doing. And it just looks better.
Yeah.
It also has basically a heat sink built in, because when you're doing VR with your phone, it tends to get kind of toasty.
Yeah.
So the downside to that is one way they did it is you no longer have a place to store your controller inside of the headset. Like mine, where the phone goes, I just throw the controller into that spot when I'm not using it.
Yeah.
Now you can't really do that, which isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer the
to have
cooling
a heat sink.
features
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
fair.
the place to store the remote when I'm not using it. But, to each their own, I guess. It is $20 more, which kind of sucks, but, whatever. It's got new lenses on it, which are bigger and supposed to be better. So, who knows? And it's got new colors. Instead of crimson and snow like they had last year, they've got the charcoal, the coral, and fog, like we mentioned before.
Yay! No trash can?
No trash cans, that's fine.
Pringles can.
These don't look anything like a Pringles can. Thank goodness, because that's more like that's a kaleidoscope, not a VR headset.
Oh, can I get a kaleidoscope app for a VR headset?
I can almost guarantee it. I can't, but because I haven't seen one, but I'm very positive there is one.
Surely
and
somebody
a
has done
prescription
that.
of some drugs. Jeez, dude. I had a great Saturday.
Actually, speaking of that, kind of, there is a Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know if it's an experience that they call it. It's kind of like a music video that you watch in VR, and it's kind of like a very trippy Queen-esque thing. It's great, but it's trippy, and it's very 70s.
That sounds fun, though.
Oh, it's really cool. It's available for Google Cardboard, so like if you have a phone that'll do those apps like Caleb on your iPhone, you could do it. It's pretty cool. I liked it, but I'm a big fan of Queen, so
Yeah.
if you like Queen's music, and especially Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a fantastic song,
Yes.
it's worth the download to just watch at least once.
And you want to trip out, here you go.
Basically. I wouldn't recommend watching it while you're... Well, maybe I would recommend watching it while you're high.
There is only one Kaleidoscope app of any kind in the App Store.
What?
Yeah. And it's like a stickers pack for messages.
Well, that's stupid.
That's
right?
retarded.
Somebody is missing it. Oh, wait, no.
Did you find some?
Oh, so this is kind of like a filter thing for... What? I don't know what this is. This is a weird thing. I might have to download that and play around with it. Oh, no, it's an augmented reality app. So,
interesting.
Okay. Anyways.
We're having
going.
fun over here.
It's basically photo booth for augmented reality, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
Bizarre.
Weird. Which photo booth? That was fun for the first month of having a new MacBook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, my son thinks it's the best thing ever. They still ship it with every version of Mac OS.
That's true. If I still had a Mac, I'm sure my daughter would love it.
Yep. It's a party.
It is kind of fun. The new Daydream View headset will also be shipping on October 19th, and you can pre-order it now if you want to. For, like I said, $100 instead of the previous $80 like it was before. Let's see, what else do we need to talk about that Google did? Yes. Google Clips. This is their camera. And I don't know a whole ton about this, as I didn't watch this part of the keynote, and there's not a whole lot out there yet about it, other than what Google has on their website. And I'm looking through it. It just looks like a really small camera. It's got 16 gigs of storage built in. It connects to Wi-Fi if you wanted to, so you can share really easily from it. It's really little. Let's see, no internet needed to capture, so that's kind of nice. You don't
nice.
Like some, I don't know what devices are out there, like cameras that you need internet to take a picture, but you don't need that on this one. So you can. It is more secure than some things, I guess, in that sense. I don't know. It's got a little clip on the back, so you can clip it to things. So you don't necessarily need a tripod for it. It's got up to 3 hours of smart capture per charge on the battery. And this, let's see what the price is. Actually, let's look at... I don't even know if they have a price on here yet. It's 49 millimeters tall. So like I said, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
It's got 130 degree field of view. So that's pretty cool.
Good. Yeah.
15 frames per second. And like I said, 16 gigs of storage built into it. I'm just going to read this here. It says, Google Clips features Moment IQ, a machine learning algorithm that's smart enough to recognize great expressions, lighting, and framing. And it's always learning. It's got Gorilla Glass 3 on it, a built-in shutter button, which thank goodness because it's a camera. And you can transfer over Wi-Fi direct to other devices, which is kind of weird because you would think it would just automatically upload to your Google Photos.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure it does, but, whatever. Let's see. It's running Android 7.0. That's interesting.
Huh.
Let's see. It's got autofocus built in, thank goodness. Bluetooth low energy, so you can connect to it via Bluetooth and get your photos that way. It's white. It's got a USB-C port for charging and probably transferring data as well. And like I said, up to 3 hours of capture time. It comes with a clip stand, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and the charging, or I guess that it doesn't come with a block, I guess. That's interesting.
Well,
which you can just plug it into one of your phone.
Yeah.
Which nowadays, if you don't have a USB wall adapter to spare.
If you don't have 10 USB wall adapters just sitting in a drawer somewhere.
We've got probably 4 or 5.
I honestly don't know how many we have. I think they're mostly still in phone boxes.
Yeah.
Because we never took them
seriously.
out. Like,
And headphones, when they used to send headphones. with
yes, yeah, we have bunches of those.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there is a price. $250.
Woo.
So if you want just a dedicated camera
Why?
by Google, I guess the benefit to this is the wide-angle lens is pretty cool, and some of the smart features that it's going to have with
Yeah.
Google Photos and stuff. Because I mean, Google Photos is great as is, and if you don't want to buy a nice phone camera, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, if you buy a mid-range phone that doesn't have as nice a camera on it, and then you pay $250 for this, you may as well just buy a high-end phone
Yeah.
that has a nice camera on it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know what market they're going for here.
yeah,
If it was an action camera, I'd be all
Yeah.
for it. It
Yeah.
would make more sense. But I don't see anything about it being waterproof
No.
or they're not marketing it as an action camera.
no.
So I don't know
Hmm.
what is going on with that. And the last thing that they talked about, and this is actually the one that I'm the most excited about, is the new Pixelbook. And it's interesting. I thought this was going to be the thing I was going to be the least excited about.
Because of the prices that we had.
Because of the prices that we had. I'll just go through the specs really quick. It's 10 millimeters thick, so it's really thin, and 2.2 pounds, so pretty light. Not the lightest and thinnest out there, but
It's down
cares?
there.
It's an ultra
Yeah.
book. Get over it. It's got a 360-degree hinge, and by that, it'll just flip all the way around and have, it's got touchscreen capabilities, obviously.
Yeah.
It's got a pen that you can buy separately from it, which is $100, which sucks, but that's the standard going rate for these type of things. Now the exciting part. It comes with either a Core i5 or Core i7 Intel processor,
Which is not bad at all.
which is not bad at all.
And really surprising for a Chromebook.
Yes.
Like,
we were all expecting Core M processors
Yeah.
at
I was
maybe
expecting
an i5
an
at the
Atom
highest.
processor. I like,
Yeah. I mean,
I was
really.
expecting some dirt,
Yeah. So i5 and i7 processors, 128, 256, or 512 gig solid state drives in these. 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, 12.3-inch LCD screen, up to 10 hours of battery life, which is pretty good. 2 USB-C ports and a headphone jack. So, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited about this.
It
starts at $1,000, which, like we said, is kind of expensive. But with these specs,
yeah,
that's MacBook Pro specs.
it is. Like when we were talking about it starts at $1,000, and I believe that the expletive I used at the time was "holy garbage monkey," because
Which was
those
great.
those seem like really terrible prices for a Chromebook. That normally, the most expensive Chromebook you could buy before was $500.
Or $500 or $600, yeah.
And you think of Samsung's Chromebooks, I think they're using Samsung's processor in them. Oh, now I can't remember. Actually,
I do think they have a Core M option. I'm not sure. I can't remember for sure.
That's
They
right.
they do have an i5 option. The
Did they
Plus,
have an i5?
I believe, has an i5 option.
Okay.
But I think that's the $600 one.
Yeah, I was having a hard time remembering, but it's the kind of thing where I was like I said, I was expecting an Intel Atom processor. I was expecting something, low end processors, nothing really all that fancy, but to actually have an i5 or an i7, to actually, it's the low end version that's $1,000. You pay $1,000 for a Mac, you're getting very similar specs. You pay $1,000 for an HP, you're getting very similar specs. It's actually not overpriced compared to other high quality ultrabooks out there. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. The limiting thing on this is obviously going to be the operating system.
Right.
Because it is still Chrome OS, but it is getting more and more capable as time goes. And as more and more apps become better on these bigger touchscreen devices, like an iPad for that matter, and now Chromebooks, it's only going to get better as time goes on because they're advertising using Adobe Lightroom on it. And
Oh wow.
And the pictures I've seen of it using Adobe Lightroom, it doesn't look like just a blown up phone interface or
Right. Yeah.
tablet interface. It looks like a laptop interface.
Well, I mean, Lightroom's interface on the iPad is really, like, it's good. Like, it's really nice. Works well. It's like the one Adobe app on the iPad that you're like, boy, this actually feels like a full-fledged app instead of a half-hearted pile of... Anyways.
Yeah. And seeing that Adobe is doing things like this gives me hope, because that's generally where most people are like, I still need a full laptop. I can't get away with Windows 10s or Chrome OS because I need Adobe apps to work. And where Adobe is making these apps work on these devices is great. Well, obviously, you still can't use full Photoshop, or like I would want Adobe Audition or something like that.
I was going to say, they made Lightroom work on those devices.
I get that, but they're working on it. That's what I'm saying. They're getting to a point where these bigger apps are going to work on these devices. And
I admire your optimism. I'm not convinced Adobe's ever really going to bring the full-fledged versions of their softwares to Chrome OS or iOS or Windows 10s or any of those. Mostly because I don't know, it just doesn't feel like something that Adobe would do. And at this point, you can get like basically a replacement for Photoshop for an iPad. You can get a replacement for Photoshop or for Illustrator on an iPad. We don't have anything for anything like Audition, and there's not quite the video editing capability of Premiere Pro yet.
Right, yeah.
Those are a little more complicated, but you know, I'm not sure that Adobe is going to do it before there's already better options from other software developers.
I'm just saying the way that, especially the way Apple is leading, where their big push is iPad and not Mac anymore, it's going that way. It's going to be mobile devices are as powerful or more powerful than most laptops.
Yeah, I mean, they just released a phone that, at least in benchmarks, can kick about the same level as their lower end professional Macs.
And that's why I'm excited and why I say this is going to happen, because I really think that it is.
It will.
I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm saying it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is I agree. It absolutely is going to happen. All of that software capability is going to be coming to these devices. I don't think it's going to be Adobe bringing it. I think it's going to be someone else, because I just don't trust Adobe anymore.
Yeah, there is that argument, but I see Apple pushing Adobe apps, for that matter, on their devices. I could see Apple being like, you're going to do this, or you're no longer on our ecosystem.
That's the kind of thing Apple would do.
Apple has the ability to do that.
Yes.
So I'm just looking on Google's website about the Pixelbook and the prices. So for $1,000, you get the Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of hard drive space. For $200 more, you get the i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs. And for $650 more, that really sucks. You get the i7, 16 gigs of RAM, and 512 gigs. And those are the options. There's no further compatibility, which I kind of get, because they don't have the manufacturing ability of Apple to pick and choose everything you want.
It's just, because that does kind of hurt, because it's like you hear $1,000, 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. Like, okay, that's fine. $100 more for double the storage. All right, that's like right in line with what everyone else charges. And then there's nothing. Like, there's no option for 16 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage, or the i5 with 512 gigs of storage, or anything like that. You just go straight to the big one that is like $1,700. And at that price point, you would be getting like a 15-inch Ultrabook that has a discrete graphics card and stuff like that. So like, I don't think that top end one, I don't think the price like makes sense. It's too expensive.
Yeah, if I were to buy one, it would be the low end one.
Yes.
Because that's going to be good enough for the vast majority of people. Even some professionals, as long as their software that they need is available in an app, it'll be well more than they need.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, that low end, just both of those low end configurations, like, awesome. I think the price is there. Like, it's very competitive
for
with
$1,000 and $1,200, not bad.
Yeah. But $1,700, if that doesn't have a discrete GPU at that point, I'm not buying that.
Yeah. So, I think that might be everything. More on the Pixelbook, it looks really good. In my opinion, it's kind of got that visor look that the Pixels have, where the glass. I don't know if it's glass on top or it looks like it. It's got. Excuse me. It's like all aluminum body, and then on the top back of the laptop, it's like a white glass-looking section, and then where the trackpad. Thank you. Where the trackpad is, that whole section looks like the same white glass, and it looks really good. I think.
Yeah, it looks good. Like that's, of course, I don't know. I guess I've come to expect it. Like you go buy like a somewhat premium laptop, like they pretty much all look quite nice now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're spending this much and it's not an all aluminum body, you are wasting money.
Just don't.
Or you're buying like ridiculous internal hardware.
I don't even.
Or carpet for your keyboard.
But it's that's still an all aluminum body.
Yeah,
minus the trackpad area.
It's all aluminum and carpet. So
sorry, I was just making fun of Surface.
It actually is aluminum under the carpet, too.
It is.
So it really is an all aluminum body.
Yeah.
It feels discreet. Sorry.
I
laugh at that commercial every time I see it. Like they really try and sell that Alcantara or whatever it's called. I'm like,
yes, they do.
Move on.
I mean, and I'm going to be honest, if for no other reason than that I could totally take the Pixelbook and install a full installation of Windows 10 on it, and it would probably run just great because hardware is perfectly compatible with Windows 10.
Yeah.
And it has 2 USB-C ports on it. I would get that over the Surface laptop. So
honestly, I probably would too.
I wonder if you could. I bet you could.
Yeah.
There's I don't see any reason why you couldn't. As long as you can reformat the hard drive, you're fine.
It would be like, I'm sure that when you get the thing, Google's probably got the BIOS locked down. So you'd have to figure out how to get access to the BIOS so that you could boot from a disk instead of from the hard drive. And then you could do it, like, no problem. Hardware is completely compatible, at least. Unless they used some really strange, like, networking hardware or something like that. But Windows,
I doubt it.
Windows has pretty fantastic support for a very, very wide range of hardware. So I would be willing to bet that as long as you can get access to the BIOS on the thing, no problem installing Windows on it at all.
And that wouldn't be bad at all.
Yeah, and
USB-C, just saying.
Yes.
I mean, along those lines, honestly, if you, for some reason, have to have a Mac with touchscreen capabilities, you could install Mac OS on this, too.
Probably, actually.
It's got the Intel processor that's required.
So the only question would be, like, in terms of networking hardware and Bluetooth hardware and stuff like that, Mac OS has a very limited driver support for those things.
Right.
You can get some third-party drivers for those, and as long as something like that is available for Mac OS, then you probably could, because you're using the integrated graphics on the Intel chip. You're using probably the exact same in the Intel chips that are in the MacBooks. So, there's a good chance that would work. Yeah. Somebody will try it.
Oh, I'm sure someone will.
I'm sure somebody will try it.
But given the hardware, most of it should work.
Yeah. Actually, getting the touchscreen itself to work might be the hardest part.
That would be really interesting.
Just because that would require some driver support, and I can almost guarantee that the maker of the touchscreen does not provide a Mac driver for this thing.
Weird.
So somebody would have to code one from scratch, or they'd have to use an open source Linux driver, which, those exist, and they're okay. So maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's all the stuff that they announced hardware-wise. I do want to talk about a few other things that will be coming software-wise. So we've mentioned Google Lens previously. Apparently it is coming first to the Pixels, which I kind of get, and then it'll be coming built into Google Photos, the app, Google Photos app, and Google Assistant. So those are available on any Android phone.
Yeah.
And Google Photos, for that matter, and Assistant, I guess, is also available on iOS. So it will be coming eventually to every phone except for Wes.
And I actually want to say, just recently, the Google Photos app on iOS got an update. Works way better than it used to.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, the syncing is just so much more reliable now.
Yeah, and that's one thing I love Google Photos on my phone, because there's a lot of reasons to love it. I mean, like unlimited storage,
Unlimited storage.
or the 15 gigs if on non-Pixel phones to get full resolution storage, which is still a lot of storage.
I was gonna say actually, because I technically get full resolution storage for everything except like 4K video, because my camera doesn't shoot more than 16 megapixels. So
Yeah, I mean exactly. So I mean, you're pretty much golden there.
Yeah.
So
It's fantastic.
and
Free.
like
Free is good.
It's funny because like I hear there's so many people that I know that complain about storage on their phones, Android or iOS, like, and it's always photos.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
download Google Photos,
Then you can
and
delete
you will
your
be
photos.
fine.
Yeah.
Like I had to actually do it myself on my mom's phone. I had to get her phone, download Google Photos, and show it to her. And she's like, "Oh, that works well." I'm like, "Yep,
Yeah.
it does."
Yes,
Well,
Mom.
and there's an option in there so that it will just it'll upload a photo and then delete it off of your phone,
Yep,
so that it's just that space is always there. You don't have to do anything.
yep.
Super convenient.
It's really convenient.
I have 128 gigs of internal storage, so I don't use that feature, but
Yeah,
it's there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's there.
For the people that are on an iPhone 5S that has 16 gigs of storage, that's for you, man.
Or even for me, I've got a 32 gig Pixel. I mean, I've never ran out of storage on it, but my photos don't store on the phone. I've got like maybe the past 30 photos that just haven't been deleted yet because I
Yeah.
think they store them for 30 days or something like that or
Yeah.
whatever. So those photos are still on my device, but all the rest of them are not. And the really cool thing about it is I've got photos all the way back from when I was in high school on my accessible on my phone.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the thing I love about it. I've got all of my, all those photos from in high school. I took a trip in high school to California. I've got 500 photos from that. I've got all of my wedding photos, which are ridiculously high resolution because it was professionally taken photos. So
Yeah.
they're all on there and accessible on my phone. I've got everything that I could need accessible on my phone without taking up the space.
That is awesome.
So if you're not using Google Photos yet, why? Really?
You're
Why?
being silly.
Anyways, Google Lens, like we said, coming to the Pixels first and then eventually to Photos and Assistant. And we've talked about that already quite a bit, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. I am excited for what it is going to do and the capabilities of it. It's one of those things that you're not going to use a lot, but when you notice that you are using it, it's like, oh yeah, that is awesome. So, yeah. Let's see, what else did they talk about that we have to talk about? Not a lot. That's pretty much everything.
There it is.
Okay, Wes, you need to turn off Minecraft now.
Oh, wait, I'm back. I found the iron. Diamonds. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, aha. One more thing I
Back
did
to
want to mention.
Minecraft. Just kidding.
No, this is something we talked about a little bit a while ago. Google Daydream is getting Google Cast support.
Oh.
So
Right.
you can cast whatever you're doing
Whatever
on your
you're
V-Dream
seeing.
headset. Or VR,
V-Dream?
Daydream.
Wow.
headset. Wow.
V-Dream. Wow.
Your V-Dream headset
It's like when they...
to a Chromecast. Or if you have like a TV that has Chromecast built in or something like that, it'll work.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I will be trying this. So there's on Android Police, they have a little step-by-step guide, and it says update your VR services on your phone, put your device in your Daydream viewer, calibrate the remote as you normally would, click the cast button on the bottom of the screen. That'll be there as long as there's a Chromecast in the vicinity connected to the network that you're on, and then select which of those Chromecast devices, if you have multiple, that you want to stream to.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll just work. And that makes using VR more fun.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
more people can be involved.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. More people involved with it. There you go.
That's pretty
huge
awesome.
selling
I am
feature.
really glad that that is finally available. I don't know why they didn't have that before, but now it is. Well, or will be shortly.
Yep.
Once your app updates, you'll be good to go. So
That's awesome.
That's everything that I have as of now. I'm sure as more hands-on stuff comes out and reviews comes out, we'll have more to talk about. But for now, that's everything.
And that's amazing. Well, cool. Did anyone else have anything else?
Nope.
I did want to mention that I personally am not going to be buying any of these devices because, one, I have no money, and two, the phone itself, to me, coming from a Pixel XL is not a big enough upgrade to justify spending that much money. Even with, like, I could trade in my phone for $400 and it takes the XL down to $450, which is a dang good price for the phone, but still, I can't justify it. But if you're coming from a Nexus phone or a flagship that's not a Pixel, that's a year older, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you buy it from Google, they have financing available, so that makes it easier to get. And if you get it from, well, I guess the only carrier you can get it from is Verizon.
Yeah, I was going to say. But
they would
you can get
also have financing
them. Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that there will be lots of deals from either Best Buy or Walmart or Sam's Club or different places that give you gift cards or other free crap with it.
Especially around Black Friday.
Especially around Black Friday or in between then and Christmas.
Yep.
There's always deals.
Yep.
For any device. Not necessarily from the manufacturer, but from these stores. Because, as we all know, Apple never likes giving deals.
Never.
Google only gives free stuff that nobody's going to buy anyways. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
So look for these deals from these retailers that you might usually buy your phone from anyways.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the last little bit that I had.
Great. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. That was our episode 2 for this week. I guess we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Have a great one.
See ya.